All right, hello everybody. This is Paul Harbour with Voices of Acceptance podcast. Since my last podcast, I have made my trip to Ireland and had gone overseas and started interviewing some people in my effort to get the story of the common man, get the common story of every man, in an effort to show that people, regardless of race, ethnicity, religion, sexual preference, we're all basically the same. We care about our family, we care about each other, and we want to be happy. So, as in my first stop, I'm talking to some people that I met in Reels Inn in Donegal, Ireland. So we went down to the Reels Inn. It's a local pub, and as I was sitting there, more and more people started to come in. And as they came in, they were bringing instruments, ready to sing songs and have a good time for the evening. And I looked over, or while I was in there in the room, over at another table there were two couples. They were both a little bit older. One guy's name is Vince, the other guy's name is Dennis, and they were there with their wives, celebrating like their 52nd anniversary and their 43rd anniversary, and they were just having a good time. It was the third time they were there that week. And while we were there, we got to talking. They invited me over to the table, so we sat down and just got to chatting with them and had a really good time. And it was a great introduction to Ireland for me and to the Irish people. There were some things that I didn't understand or didn't really expect right off the bat, but what I found was just how warm and friendly they were and how funny they were. So a guy named Dennis, you're going to hear him a lot, hear him speaking, and he'll just be cracking jokes here and there. So there's a lot of humor in their culture and in their society. We had a great time with them. I would really enjoy meeting them again someday, and if I ever do get to meet them again, I again would like to just hang out in a pub, just sit down at a table, sit down with them, have dinner, have drinks, and just talk, because we had a... So as things go on, you're going to hear a lot of background noise, but I think it's okay. You'll hear the bartender coming through, you'll hear glasses, people sitting down and talking, but pay special attention to when I asked Dennis what means the most to him, what he couldn't live without. It's a good answer, it's a great answer, and I'm sure that we would all agree. So here we go. It's through the Lilly, Eli Lilly. It's a big drug maker that's located in Indiana, and we wrote up everything we wanted to do and sent it to them, and then they approved it. And when we're done, we'll send them back a financial report of how much money we spent. But I'm going to write it down and do the interviews and do what I want to do because I love to do it.
Yeah. So what?
Don't worry about that. No.
What are you going to use it for? What use can you put it to?
Okay, well, I put it on I save it, so I catalog it, and then I'll play bits and pieces for my students. I'll probably write it down, because I like to write also, so I mesh a bunch of stories together into a book or something like that. But with my students, I'll show them how to do it, and then they'll listen, and I'll have, okay, this is Vince.
Dennis.
And
that's Vince.
Dennis and Vince. This is Dennis, who I met, who's from London, was born in Dublin.
That's right.
And as you listen to him, you listen to, I'll show you, what is the most important thing to you?
The missus.
The missus, and why is that?
I couldn't survive without her. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely serious.
And what part? What about her that you couldn't survive without?
Everything, really, in the sense that certainly in the last few years I've been very ill, and there was no one else I would turn to.
Yeah.
We'd have our moments, same as everybody else, but no. At the end of the day.
How long have you been married?
52 years, is it?
It's nearly 53 years.
Yeah.
Nearly 53 years.
Yeah.
And these are 50, they're going already.
This is your 50th anniversary?
Just April 4th.
April.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it.
Yeah, and those kind of questions, so then I can show my students, I'll ask my student, what is most important to you? And they're always going to say family, usually.
Absolutely.
They should. And then they hear Dennis from the other side of the world, and he said the same thing. So, and that's what is so nice.
Not Dennis the Menace as he's known as.
No, Dennis the Menace.
No, I think like you can go through life in different things, and I've been in some ways privileged because I was given possibly 10 minutes to make a decision, which was very difficult. And but the family all came around me at that moment in time. And that made my life. And I could see the value of the family.
You're trying to show the students how the rest of the world live, is it?
Yes, just how good people are, because the kids get to the point where they think that everybody else or anyone who's not like them isn't any good. You know, they don't trust people and things.
Small child and all these things.
But that's what they do. You know, they don't trust anybody. Plus, they think that, which it's, please forgive me, but you know, a lot of people in the States think that they're better than everybody else, and which isn't true, but you know, it's better to show than just to tell. So this way I can show this. But the biggest thing, or the biggest idea was, like, my grandfather, he served in World War II, and he was always, I was real close to him growing up. So he would tell me stories, we'd go to the barber shop, and I would just sit and listen to people tell stories. But then when he passed away, I don't have any recordings of him. And she doesn't of her grandmother. And her grandmother was one of, well, they had 9 kids, grew up in the middle of nowhere. Their dad was totally self-sufficient, cobbled their shoes, made their own everything. But no recording, so you only hear that voice when you're dreaming, when you're asleep. So
have you got Irish ancestors? I still say, have you got Irish roots?
I do, through the Brown family. The Browns married the Ingrams, and I believe the Ingrams were English, and then they went to the States. No, the Browns went to the States first, then met the Ingrams. For me, and her family, she has Shepherd, which is Scottish.
Yes, Scottish.
Oh, and then I have Chisholm, which is both English and Scottish. Chisholm. Yeah.
Someone next town next to Chisholm.
John Wayne was Chisholm.
In the movie,
In his movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but there is a family of Chisholms in Ballyshannon. I think there's only one of them left now. I used to know them as a child, you know.
Do you have your phone? Do you have email?
I do,
Do you have email? But so when I do the interviews with people, you know, once I get them on, I'll put them on a disc or something, and then I send it to them so that they can have it to give to their grandkids, nieces, nephews, whoever. And that way they'll always have the voice. So, okay. Yeah, there's no hurries. Yeah, whatever you can do. So you guys have been here 3 times this week?
Yeah. We have. This is the 3rd time. We came Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah.
What do you do when you come back? Are you from Ireland too?
I live here.
You live here now?
The last 14 years.
We don't after 40 years.
40 years. And where are you from? Are you from London or from Ireland too?
From Ireland.
Or from Ireland too?
Annie's from Kerry as well. She's Mary's sister. They're from Kerry. Down near Skellig, around Tralee, a place called Tralee.
Fairly Killarney, sure. They're not far from Killarney.
The song, The Rose of Tralee, and that's Tralee there.
I'm hard of hearing, so I apologize, but sometimes I'm looking and trying to look at your mouths. And
I think he just says that he's hard of hearing, so he pretends that he doesn't hear me.
I didn't hear a thing she just said.
Yeah, see?
And he wasn't looking that way, so I couldn't read your lips.
I know.
Oh, no, I got that. It was quite funny last night. There was somebody came sitting there beside us, and I said to the girl, You were here last night. In actual fact, it was the night before I was thinking of that, but I didn't know that's it. I said, you were here last night. I said, yes, you were. You said, this chap's in front of her. He said, you never told me about that. You said, what was to come? He said, I wouldn't mind. He said, we're just celebrating our anniversary today.
Hello there. How are you doing? How are you doing there? Where are you from yourself?
Where are you
I'm
from?
Monte Carlo at the moment.
No, he's not. He's messing about.
Monte Carlo, did you say?
Monte Carlo,
Oh, good
yeah.
on yourself. I'm from
You know where it
Las
is?
Vegas. I'm from Las Vegas.
Good girl. Well done. That's it.
Monte Carlo is 5 miles out the road.
Oh, I'm my church.
Montreal.
Yeah.
That's where I am at the moment.
Very good.
Originally from Ballantrae.
That's not so bad. Actually, you know, many different places.
Listen, excuse me.
Yes.
How
How you
no,
doing?
seriously, just a second.
What's that?
This chap is going to say somewhere.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
That is great. And there's a lady to that.
Okay.
No problem at all. That's what it's all about. Everybody
That's
enjoying it
it,
and
yeah.
enjoying it.
That's because I'm forced to.
No, you're not forced to. All I need is a name after you, and I'll have to get the names off you.
Oh, we'll do that.
We get
You
the
want my
names.
email address as well?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, you have to. 999, you get me.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. It's Vincent's name. Vincent.
Vincent. Right.
Where are you from?
You know the boy who knows this job?
Tyrone.
There's quite a few good singers from Tyrone, isn't there? Seriously.
Oh, God, aye, there is sure. There's great singers everywhere.
We won't have any of them tonight, but there's some good singers.
Where are you from then? Yeah, that's not a... It's
I'm
only going
from Dublin.
You're Dublin. And you're...
Kerry.
Kerry, lovely.
But we live in
Yourselves.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Well, your sister, she's her Tralee as well. Kerry.
Indiana.
So that's only...
Yeah, see, Indiana.
My father was born in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's from close to there.
Yeah, West Virginia.
She lived in Pennsylvania, West Virginia.
Have you been to Ireland before?
Oh no, ma'am.
No.
Never left the States except for till 2 days ago.
All right, so that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.